I'll remember you. just getting a couple things in line, you guys. This is Pixelated Autumn Leaves by Jeremy Blake. We're just listening to a little bit of music, you guys, till I'm ready. It should be pretty soon. my shirt? I'm kind of a big deal. Which trying to block the light. Ooh. There we go. Pretend I know ballet. Which I don't. Stretching is harder than dancing. Ugh. When you get older. Okay. That will be enough tunage today. I was hoping there might be a happy-go-lucky one. Hi, everybody. Oh, I'm trying to get rid of the light back there. Boy, when your hair is in this stage, just don't know what to do with it. But, you know, I'm letting it grow. Sometimes it looks better like that. I don't know. All right, so I'm going to bring this up close and see what you guys were chatting about that or anything else. Oh, I wish this would go all the way up. Oh, there it is. Mary Jane Doe, hello. ADHD. I got off of the toilet just in time, says ADHD. Well, that's good. And Donna McCain, good afternoon, everyone, she says. ADHD, hello, Donna. Donna, hey, DHD. What did I say? ADHD. I said AHD, I think. ADHD. And then we've got like these yoga poses and acrobatic something emojis. That's so cute. Mary Jane Doe says, of a big deal. Of a big deal. Oh, yeah, and the part you can't see. Okay, maybe you can kind of see it there. Wait, where's the I'm? See? I'm kind, K-I-N-D. I'm kind of a big deal. I'm kind of a big deal. Oh my goodness. Yeah, of a big deal. Sierra's here. Hi, Sierra. And you guys check out her 1,000 subs video she did. I said I would be there, practically promised, and because I had such a lousy evening before over on somebody's panel, I just couldn't make it. I was too upset, too hurt, too mostly shocked than even hurt, just shocked by the whole thing. I apologized twice. It's like, what on earth, you know? But she did a fantastic live. She talked about her past a little bit, where she went to school, how she was treated as a little girl. She's a very strong person. And if you want to put your link in chat, Sierra, please do that. Sierra Queenpin Clark. She's a really good friend of mine. Okay, so now we've got Yai, Y-A-I. Hi, she says. I think it's a she. Oh, these tremors, you guys. These people, says PCT. Wow, I haven't seen that avatar before. Thank you for being here, you guys. Means a lot to me. Really does. Hey, all right. So I made it through all the comments, and I even have 16. Oh gosh. Okay, after 2 days, my daughter and I watched Hello. Hi, Yai. Yay, Yai, Y-A-I. Says hello with a question mark. I said hello, didn't I? You guys welcome her in chat. Pretty sure it's a female. I mean, I know sometimes people use, right, their husband's avatars, but they're female talking. Woodrow Wilson, do you like chocolate? Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Yeah, I just picked up yesterday these chocolate peanut butter granola bar things. And then my son was craving a giant but I could only find extra large chocolate bar with the almonds, Hershey's. Oh my gosh. And I forgot to grab myself one when I was at the store. Hi, Amanda Elizabeth. Hi, hun. I've been good. I mean, I've had better days and even nights than a little while ago, and I'm not, we can talk about anything we want to here. Um, as long as it's within reason or whatever. Like my new channel name says, whatever strikes your fancy. Oh, gosh, I'm trying to figure out how I want my hair. Anyway, you know how when you get kind of just blindsided with something, and then at first, well, for me, I mean, I was, without saying names, people know who I'm talking about. But first, I'm like blindsided by what I'm hearing, and then I'm harboring like a little bit of resentment, just a little. And then other players were coming into play, kind of. And then it came to my mind, and then I'm doing a live, and then I bring up this person, and I blurt out something that wasn't very nice, which was basically, I don't give a fuck, I guess I said at that point, because now a good few weeks had gone by, maybe even a whole month, I didn't address it. But I since apologized up on her channel, but that's not enough. It's almost like everyone thinks I need to, smiley faces from ADHD, like I need to apologize to every single person in her chat. And I mean, they don't even come over here anymore. And I know they could now and then, because even Maria G has, from the UK. I think their time zone is the same, but it's a few hours off from Australia. And to be told that I'm majorly supported when all these people go over to her channel, I mean, think about it. They're like literally part of her channel in every way, shape, or form, which is really wonderful how she included them all, and they all feel so, they're inclusive into her thing, from the mods having little avatars made of them and everything. So that's all wonderful. And I'm not a bit jealous. I'm not that they used to be on overseeing me. I understand that that's where they gravitate more to, her channel. And I also understand that the time difference is different. I mean, I started going live at Woodrow Wilson's Stand Up. Well, I was up. I was doing stretches and dances. Yeah. So, I gotta get closer so I can see the chat when it comes in. That light is so bright. I wish without this, there we go. Well, I don't know. I don't know if that's any better. So, I've been doing lives for the past year at like 5 or 6, or even just before dinner time here, because I'm in Washington State. We're 3 hours. I'm 3 hours earlier, or 2 than the Midwest, 3 from the East Coast. Instead of doing lives my first year, like at 11 at night, midnight, even 1 in the morning type deal. So yeah. So. Oh, nice. You found my live streams talking about true crime cases. That's so cool. Yeah, that's what I was into, because for people that don't know me, I was over on Dolly Vision's channel. Check him out. He's doing fantastic. Absolutely working his butt off. And then I was co-host for 3 months, June, July, and August. 2 years ago, or Yeah, 2 years ago. Gosh, time is just flying, you guys. And thank you, Woodrow. That's very sweet. I like compliments, especially as you get older. Even if you feel comfortable in your own skin and you feel like, yeah, I'm not that bad looking, whatever. If you go through so much baggage, or not baggage, domestic violence situations and being called names and all these different things, it stays with you. Uh, Thank you, Yai. That's really cool. Yeah, and I mean, I like videos talking about true crime cases. Is like informative, says Yai. Yes, me too. And I'm intrigued by all of it, right? Like many of you, you probably watched, what is it called? A&E. Uh, what's all the other ones, you guys? Cold cases, crew time. Crew time, is that what I said? True crime. Oh my goodness, my words are backwards. Okay, so, and because that's really wonderful too. Think about it. Think of those cold cases that are 10 and 15 and 5 and 20 and 30 and even 40 years old cases of missing women and missing men, and you know they're gone when it's that much time, unless maybe they've ran away or something like that. But when there's, there's foul play, or there's proof of nefarious things going on. I mean, how devastating. Mostly because I'm curious, obviously not in a morbid way. Yes, yes. Dateline with Jim Morrison. Oh my gosh. I watched that. Yeah, 48 hours. Of course, what is it? Forensics. Now, those were all the newer ones. And then later on, there was all that stuff on 48 hours, says Donna. Yeah, there's all that stuff on oxygen, right? Like that one where mothers, MURDER, their children. I mean, just like, oh my gosh. And it's. Woodrow Wilson wants to meet me. Well, I mean, that's very nice of you, but so does Too Black, Too Strong. And like I told him yesterday, he came right out and asked me what I was doing this coming Tuesday, and he puts it out there in the comments. So I'm not, I mean, am I flattered? Yes. Am I cautious? Yes. Like you have to be more than cautious these days. I can't do it, and I told him I need to stay safe, and I need to stay safe for the sake of my family too. Is Martin here? The real Martin? What up, gangstas? Oh, that's so nice. Thank you. Oh my God. Paper Route says, you like 25 old boys. I want to date you. Oh my gosh. Well, I shouldn't say this or admit to it, but when I was 40, my boyfriend was 25. And then I had Shaylin when I was 41. And yeah. Oh, nice, I'm Martin. I'm so happy. Yay. Because, I wasn't sure with, I'm not quite sure if you were in that other lady's channel or not. I think I saw you in chat, and you were trying to ask me a question too, and I had already jumped down off panel, and I was up there forever. And, but yeah, so my daughter's father was 25, and I met him here. He happened to be coming in and out of an apartment here, and he acted like a big kid. He was throwing ball to the kids and just kind of keeping to himself. He rode a really cute yellow BMX bike, and I was just like, and I was going through some things with my ex-husband then. We were actually separated, not divorced. So there you go. That explains my real big sin, right? Of getting involved. But I have a beautiful daughter with green eyes and freckles and ringlets, and she's tall and healthy, very bright, very empathetic. Shaylin is very, to the point where, and I think it's possibly has to do with growing up with a brother with some mental issues and challenges. But I said to her, I think it was last year or the year before. I started asking her then. I said, you'd make a good therapist, or psychiatrist, something like that, social worker. And oh my goodness, Sharjo's here. Oh, this is so nice. Wow, these are people. Some of them I haven't seen in a while. Do I have any pets? Yes. I did a live Yai last night, or not last night, 2 nights ago on my kittens, that were born unbeknownst to us because we thought the mother kitty was a boy. And she got impregnated by another cat, a ginger tabby that we saved out here that was just skin and bones and running under cars and hiding in trees, and we heard it meow for days, and it sounded closer. So my daughter and I went out there with a can of chicken meat, Friskies, so he might get close enough to smell it. And he did. He came right up to my daughter. I was a few steps away. It didn't happen right away. It took about 20 minutes because it was jotting everywhere. And we picked it up and we held it really snugly and brought it inside. And it's so happy. But like I said, it impregnated our other cat, which, it's just so strange because Panda, our first older cat, the reason we got this little kitty, which is Maine Coon, that I paid $100 for. You can get free animals everywhere, but I don't want to go to the Humane Society. It's too sad for me. And I know it's not about me and my sadness. Like, animals need care and they need homes, but I just could not. I wouldn't be able to handle it because I pick up bugs off the sidewalk. If I can save them from getting stepped up on or ran over by a bicyclist, or if there's a bee that's hurt in the middle of the sidewalk, I'll take a leaf and move it over to the side. It's just the way I am. I don't really know why I am that way, but I am. I have a lot of empathy, almost too much. But anyway, yeah, so the cat had kittens and had 3, and I did a live 2 nights ago. They're 2 years old now. Yeah. And they're not all big and fluffy and all this. They're just these narrow they're not skinny. They're 2 years old. And they eat when I get up, which is like late morning, and then again around 5. I have to put their plate down, and then again before I go to bed, which is like 10 or 11, sometimes 12 at night. Because just like the veterinarian told me when I was there bringing Panda in, because I thought maybe she was sick, but she wasn't. She was just overweight. She said people that leave food out for their cats, it's a disservice is what it is. So before I was just feeding them separately and things, and then when it just got too much and they were all over the place, I put a big bowl of dry out. And Panda, 1 pound, you guys, 1 pound equals to a human being, for a cat, equals 30 pounds on a human. Isn't that amazing? So if your cat can lose even a pound, it's like 30 pounds on a human. And I've been doing this now with the older kitties for going on 2 months, and they've both lost a pound. And this is just a half a cup of dry of this special food I bought on Science Diet. I mean, it was a lot. It was a huge bag. It was 90 bucks. And I mean, I just had to do it. And I got the weight loss kind, not the maintenance, right, where they just stay the same. And they're losing, but it's slowly. But what's amazing is that it's just half a cup, and it's been enough. I mean, they don't even finish it. When I give it to them and I go in, I have to feed Ginger in the bathroom, separate from Panda, so they both have their half a cups. And then I feed the mama kitty and the kittens in the living room. So, or I mean in the kitchen area. And there's always quite a bit left. It's so bizarre. And they like it. I give them a teeny bit of meat for flavor, you know, on top. Just a little, like that much. And it's just amazing. It's like, I don't think they're purposely saving it. It's the kind of food, it says right on the bag, it makes them feel fuller, quicker. But it's very light food or cat particles. So sometimes they're down, especially Ginger, the daddy kitty, the yellow tabby. He's down to 5 kernels, and I might throw in 3 extras so he has something, but that's only recent. So are they ravenous, like hungry the next day? Yeah, but they know they're going to get fed, and that's another thing I read. Cats especially, probably dogs too, puppies and stuff, they like routine. They like it. They need it, actually. So it's been interesting, and I have an electric scale, and I weighed Ginger and Panda the other day, and that's how I know. And it's really funny because the first time I did it, I could not for the life of me, okay, the scale's what, this wide and like that, I could not get all 4 paws on, right? It was like this, you know, trying to get the 4th leg on. And now I couldn't believe it. The last time I weighed them, I set him down with all 4 paws, Panda, and she's heavy. She got up to 18 pounds, you guys, and the healthy weight is 8 to 10 for a cat, right? So this is why she's on a diet. She's down to 1704, or I don't know, something like that. Anyway, kid you not, I'm in the bathroom, I shut the doors about a week ago, and I set her down. You know, she looks like a Black Panther. She's a tuxedo. And her belly, it used to look like there was like from just eating that dry all the time and just eating and eating. She looked like she had literally like, well, probably a soccer ball, they're pretty big too, but a basketball looked like to me in her stomach. And I thought when she walked, and I thought, oh my gosh, does she have a tumor? Is she getting diabetes? Is she, you know, because this, but she would play. She didn't act lethargic. So anyway, I brought her to the vet and had her checked out, her blood drawn, and she's just overweight. So anyway, so I put her on the scale, and she stood there like this and looked up at me. She didn't move. So then I was like, oh, I hope Ginger does the same thing. And he did. One time he kind of took his paw off, and then I had to start the thing over again because it has to be on the zeros, and I put him on there with all 4 paws, and he just stood there. Just stood there. And yeah, and he's like 14 pounds. So see, this is what I mean. It's that easy to for cats to gain weight. And oh my gosh, hi Flautez. Hello, she says. Okay, let me see what other ones I've maybe missed. I'm Martin, gave thumbs up. Like it up, treetop dwellers. Oh, that's so funny, I'm Martin. Cats are divine, he says. He's got emojis of kitties. Yai says, I also really love cat videos. Cats are wonderful. Mary Jane Doe says, wait, DJim131, you need to show yourself in this delivery. All that to get views is pathetic to devalue you. Well, thank you. Where's Sharjo? Or, I mean, shoot. Yeah, Sharjo. Did she change her name? I'm Martin says, at Sharjo. Hello there. But I didn't see her come in or something. Good to see you, Sharjo. I hope you're doing well and your mother. All right. I'm doing good. I mean, you know, I won't discuss it the whole time, but I had a little bit of it, I had a little issue, but because I didn't go to Messenger and I blurted my feelings out about it on a live, I got, for lack of a better word, a lot of flack. A lot. Because the truth of the matter is, there's one thing to defend and think you're right. I wasn't doing that. That wasn't even my mindset. I was explaining why I did what I did and what my thinking was. And I even apologized twice. And, I mean, before I went up on panel, and in the middle of it, and at the end, I was verbally threatened. This is what upsets me the most, with words as boy, people knew, or not boy, girl, people knew what I knew about you. You basically wouldn't have any friends. She might as well have said subs. And I kept saying, say it. Like, say it. Like, I'm not a felon. I don't have any past things I haven't brought out on here. I've spent one night in jail when I was so drunk I couldn't remember my address correctly when I called on a stupid payphone out on the street in the 80s, and then I got mouthy with the cop, and she got mouthy with me first. It was weird. And she's like, I'm taking you to the drunk tank. And I think I said something like, well, go ahead, you know, which I would never do now. Oh my gosh. And she did. But then I blacked out. I don't remember the strip search or anything. So, I mean, I was really out of it. I was about 27. But that's it, you know. And as far as like my past, everybody knows about my CPS getting involved. When I went to pick up my daughter, I walked up to elementary school. She was 5, and I let her play with her friend, Lily, and her mother was watching them, and I drank too much, too long. And that's when you know you're an alcoholic too. When you make a promise to a good friend, you know, hour and a half, and you either think one more, or you think I don't really care, or they won't care, or then you almost get in a blackout. You don't even realize what time it is. And that's what happened to me. Now, granted, it was from 3 o'clock, or when I started drinking about 4, and by 7:30, I was in a blackout. And in my 20s, and I mean blackout, I don't remember the ride home. I don't remember trying to get out of my buckled in seatbelt and jumping out at the lights. Like, I really don't. I was told this 4 days later by Danette. But I'm not making excuses. I'm here to say, if you still drink, anybody out there, which I don't, that's why I did a live the other night, that was a wake-up call for me, okay? And I haven't drank since, and that was 2011. And I'm proud of that, because 10 years sounds like forever, and it's been 14. But it's not, it's something I talk about now and then on here, so maybe I can be helpful to someone that drinks too much. They know they do, but they don't really think they're an alcoholic. You have a pattern, like every weekend or whatever, you're an alcoholic and you're heading into whatever. Because when I was in my 20s, that's all people did, especially in a college town like Burlington, Vermont, right? And that's what we did. We played quarters, right? We drank. It wasn't so much doing shots and that kind of thing that it seems like, to me anyway, people kind of really like to do nowadays, and what I see on YouTube and movies and whatever. It was more drinking these mixed drinks, right? Long Island iced tea, and I mean, whatever it is, anything. Fuzzy Navel, Tequila Sunrise, Sex on the Beach. I don't even think Grenadine was in that one, but there were so many drinks, and I wanted to try them all. Not all in one night, and it was kind of funny, right? You go up to the bartender in this dark bar, and you're like, "Can I have an orgasm, please?" And and the guy bartender, of course, he has to respond in some way. He said something like, "Oh, okay," and he mixes it up really fast. And that drink was, I don't even remember what was in it. I think Kahlua, vodka maybe, something else, and someone should look it up, but it was, yeah. Oh, so 14 hours tomorrow, so I can talk down here. Stop talking what? Wait, so you stop, hold on here. What's going on here? But yeah, so that and playing quarters, and just chugging down beers and, getting a beer for $1 or whatever, Sharjo put 2 hearts in chat. Okay, it must have been back. That's very sweet. Thanks, Sharjo. Sorry, this YouTube live, I'm holding my finger right now in the chat, or it will disappear on the side. You got reprimanded like you were a child. I was very disappointed in that creator's behavior. Thanks, Sierra. Yeah, I really did. And the thing is, even though I'm being, called a pussy for not going up on her channel, like immediately or whatever, I was doing mine. You want to know why? Because I wanted her whole chat to hear my side. It's not about being a pussy and not going up or not having her up on my panel. I didn't have a panel, and I stated that. I didn't have a panel. You can't have panel on this. So, I'm being told to research things. Well, other people need to research, Okay, Max Smith says it's Sierra, Queen Pin Clark. Can you set aside 14 hours tomorrow? 14 hours? So I can talk down to you and tell you to stop talking every 5 minutes. Okay, that's really weird. Max, you don't even talk like that. And Sierra's friends with Rose now, and Max adores Rose. What is going on? I only drink when I'm with friends, says Flautez. That's good. That's really, really good. All right, Max. LOL, I got you, says Sierra. Flautez, I almost avoid to drink alcohol because I saw with my own eyes how messed up some people ended up being. Yeah. Yeah, it's really true, because alcoholism, I was an alcoholic when I was 16 probably, and didn't know it. I just thought it was the norm, right? Because you could drink at the age of 18, so I was sneaking it, not sneaking it in the house, but going out and able to get it. Tina and Sierra both scored gold medals this week, says Max. Tina, you were harassed the other night. Yeah. He is joking, PCT. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. I take a lot of things literal because I don't know, do. Or you don't, if someone isn't in front of you with their face, with a smirk, or like I'm joking, how do you know, right? When people are typing. Oh, gosh. you know, and you know what else bothered me since we're on this topic of the other night? I'm literally being asked by her as if there could be any slight truth to it. Do you get paid? Do you get paid for trolling? A, she knows I'm not a troll. B, I don't get paid. I don't even get paid on here. That was offensive to me. And being put in the hot seat, so to speak, that wasn't offensive, and that wasn't even hard for me, because I know myself. I know what I can handle. Okay? I know. Hello to the 19 in the, see, we watched Survivor a little bit yesterday. Okay, in the caves with the huge ass bats. In Fiji, the bats aren't little whatever. They're huge. They're as big as hawks, flying around in the air during the day even. It's amazing. Right, I wish I would get paid, says Sierra. Yeah, I mean, I used to give Jimmy a little money now and then, $2, $5. I'm the one, and I was told this too, I won't say by who, that started the $2 train over there. I'm just going to say it right here. I said, hop on the train for $1.99 or whatever the heck it was 2 years ago, and they're still using that. And it's kind of neat because when you type that in, and you ask, it's kind of neat to see who else will do it. Do you know what I mean? And especially women, pretty much only women. Ladies will hop on that train. There's $2. There's, oh goodness. Okay, so yeah, that's the thing. Sierra was battling too. I mean, I bet someone hates that. Oh yeah, yours was. I bet someone hates that. Probably, but it is what it is. People do that on all different channels too. Oh, do they? Oh, I didn't know that. I had never seen it before. Paid trolls were a big industry after 9/11, but I think it is AI now. Oh, interesting. So, I hope you guys like my new little avatar thing. And I like the way on my banner, like I just noticed this yesterday, it glows a little bit when you look at it. So to me, I was like, oh, the coffee's brewing. Maybe I'm a little thinking ahead of things, but that's what it looked like. It was glowing and brewing like on a fire, coffee. And then, except me, I'm a paid troll according to at least 5 people. That's so ridiculous. And you know what else, Max? I'm so sick of people saying you're not real. They act like you don't have any feelings. What's the live stream about today? Anything and everything, Flautez. Anything and everything. Within reason. Within TOS. Within YouTube guidelines. You can ask me a question. We can talk about whatever we want. Politics within reason. Apparently we're all in a troll cartel, says I'm Martin. Oh my gosh. That is just, wow. The most perfect thing to say. This is the thing. People say you can't clone if you're a mod. Well, it happened on my live. I had 2 women as mods, and they were cloned with the blue, whatever the heck it's called now, wrench. Okay, so I don't even think that's true, but I like to give people wrenches. I will be in Seattle in early November, Bainbridge Island for 3 days, then Vancouver. Oh, that's so cool. I've never been to Vancouver. Okay, I've been to, because Canada, you know, from Blaine is the border. Blaine, Washington. It's 20 minutes from here. Or no, it's not. Wait, maybe 40 minutes. Or maybe half an hour. But anyway, it's pretty darn close. And then you're in Washington. And we took my son, when I was married to Joe, to the Langley Zoo in Langley. And okay, I think you. Okay. All right. Is that my theater teacher gave me a weird homework and I'm just taking a break? Oh, wow. Really, Flautez? Wow. You have a beautiful avatar. She's in Brazil, you guys. Right, Flautez? Did I remember that right? Because my short-term memory is not good. I think you have to go in and get a wrench first. Then you can change the name on it. Oops. Hey, they've been telling me you trolling on our turf, Marie. Marie? Marie? Not Maria. You're friends with Maria G anyway. Mary Jane Doe is the mob boss. Yeah. I don't know anything about computers, so I'm clueless with technology. I'm lucky I can figure out how to use my iPhone. See? That's why I don't have one. I don't want to deal with it. I like my little flip phone. It is 150 miles and I am driving. Oh, wow. That's right, Max Smith. See, you're a real person. You live in California, right? But California is more than 150 miles. Oh. From Seattle, you mean? So you're going to land in Seattle and then drive over there. Okay. It is a CIA regional spy meeting. Don't tell anyone. Oh, my goodness. Brenda Chick's here. Hi, Brenda. How are you? She says, hello, everyone. God bless. Oh, this thing. See the light? Up here, there's my bright light. And so I have this at the end of my bed. Oh, that was meant to say Mary, says I'm Martin. Yeah, I'm from there. Okay, good. Seattle to Vancouver is 150 miles. See, this is what I mean. Okay, so, see, I thought it was Brazil, you know, and you've been in here a few times, and I don't ever take offense if I get someone's name wrong or what country they're from or whatever. I had my first person, and he was a male. Now, what was his first name? I want to say Danny, but I'm not sure. But the last name was Hansen, and it sounded, you know, Norwegian to me. And he's from Norway, and that was really cool. Because I've been to Nordic Fest in Iowa, and I'm 80% Norwegian. And Team Rose is Norwegian, maybe possibly all Norwegian. And so that was really neat. So I've had people in here from Brazil, of course, Flautez, Mexico, Sarah from Italy, Kylie from New Zealand, some other people from New Zealand. I can't remember their names because they haven't been in here in a while. People from Australia. A man from Scotland a couple of weeks ago, and a man from Germany, and Pakistan, and Kazakhstan. Wait, is that how you say it? Kazakhstan. And India, and definitely Africa. I haven't seen Lionel in a while, but he's in Africa. That's 10 right there. In Ireland, my friend Siobhan from Ireland, and I already said Scotland, and yeah, it's really pretty cool. And I believe I've had people in here when they write, it's squiggly kind of whatever, and I writing or their letters, you know, from their country, and I can't read it, but I mean, who knows where they're from, right? Okay, I saw the word fests. Okay, so, oh my gosh. Not the best, says Brenda Chick. Found another problem with me, kidney. It never ends. Oh, Lord. Yeah, Brenda could use prayer. Okay, my thing just fell. Brenda Chick could use prayers. She's had heart attacks, I think even strokes. She's been through so much, and now she's got a kidney thing going on. Okay, this is really bothering me. I could go ahead and see what happens when I put it up on the table. Let me see something here. Well, that's just no good. Here, while I'm squatting here, let me check the other messages before they go too far up and I can't see them. Prayers for you, hun, Brenda. It's all really rather scary. Mary Jane Doe, I'm going to roll a blunt. Come smoke with me, says Sierra Queen Pin Clark. I'm waiting on a delivery, says Mary Jane Doe. And I'm Martin says, and I'm making tea. I'm Martin says, tea is good.
No, I do.
I don't really like hot tea, I'm Martin. I prefer the cold.
Yeah.
Plain with lemon, sweetened. Let's see. And I don't even really drink that many hot drinks. I just started drinking coffee, you guys, when I was 40. Yeah. No, I had my first cup then, and then when I was 48 and getting sober and in AA and everything, I took, or I drank coffee. So I haven't drank coffee my whole life. Max Smith says, lots of Norwegian vests. I know, you meant to say fests. In Minnesota and northern Wisconsin, been to those. Yeah, I've only been to one, and that was in Decor, Iowa. I think I was 19 years old. It was really fun. I've never heard of any around here, says Mary Jane Doe, and she's in New York. Thank you, everyone, for the prayers, says Brenda Chick. Hit the like. Oh, hit the like. Oh, we would very much like for you to basically go right ahead and hit the mother freaking like. I'm Martin. Thank you. Oh my gosh, you guys, I have 25 in the caves where the big bats are hanging. Watch out for the bats, you guys. And for people that don't know me, I say that because I've been watching Survivor with my daughter. Just a minute. Okay, I'm back. My son was wondering if I knew where his drum set papers are. Oh, I did? Okay. Don't be scared, Tulips. Here. No, hand it to me because I'm going to show the thank you. Thanks so much. Okay, let me put this up here, and I might be able to lean in and see that bright light. Oh Lord, let's see if I pull this. See, this is my see, Maggie from the UK gave me this, and see, I can put my iPad right in there and your stuff like that. But it's wobbly.
You want to use the massager there tonight?
Look who's here. Hi.
Hi.
Here's Tulips.
Hi, Amanda.
Hi, Tulip. She's got the brown eyebrows. I don't let them in here very much. Look at her legs. Look at these, just like the daddy, the orange tabby. There you go. And Mama Kitty's in here. Come here, Mommers. Hi. Come here. Come here, Mommers. Come here, Mommers. Oop. Oh, gosh. Oh. Here's Mommer Kitties. Okay, here's Mommers. See? She's practically the same size as this one. Uh-oh, don't chew these cords. Don't chew these. That's the other reason I don't like them in here really anymore. Green is mostly the one that chews the cords. Okay, this is supposed to be coffee time. This is my coffee mug today. Fall, y'all. Isn't that cute with the brown lid? And I got another one that says fall, and it's got pumpkins on it, just like this with blue. My daughter's drinking out of that one. Pumpkin spice, you guys. Now see, if I set this on the floor, it'll get knocked over. Are you guys inspecting everything? You're so funny. Wait, are there cords that can be chewed? Make sure there isn't. Okay, so yeah, I don't, the big round light is in the way, you guys. I need to put it back to the way it was. Maybe like this. That might hold better balance. Anyway, so the avatar, the avatar says, bikinis and brews, one day only, Brewed Awakening. And we have a little coffee shop here called Brewed Awakening, and it's closed. And I never really noticed the name of the place because I never had money, ever, to just get a coffee on the side, right, somewhere. What we did for years was just maybe a McDonald's once a year or a Dairy Queen, but we don't have money to eat out and all that kind of stuff. Oh my gosh, the Mama Kitty is getting into the dog treats that I have for Jelly Bean. See, I showed these once already. These are Jelly Beans snacks. Sweet potato with chicken jerky. And I bring a couple down when I visit him, otherwise they'd be gone. And they buy him treats too. That's that cute black and white puppy that's now a small dog. And I heard this rustling under there, and what are you doing, Soots? What are you doing, Soots? Come here, Soots. Oh my gosh. gosh, they're hilarious, you guys. Okay, I've missed a lot of, let me see what's going on here. A lot of chat. Okay. I'm Martin. Are those bats? See, I can't even pull up people's comments. I think he's got bats, and then he's got puff puff emojis, and ADHD says, just saw that Jimmy Kimmel will be back on the air tomorrow. I'm shocked. I thought it was taken off. And the reason I brought it up on my live the same night I was over on the other lady's thing for a while, her panel, is it had just happened that night, and I thought it was like being taken down. And then Max Smith says it was not ABC that shut him down, but Sinclair Community or Com that owns some local channels. They are right wing. Okay, but then why? Okay. Yeah, that's right. They are right wing. Okay. I'm Martin says, pretty cat. Sierra says, Mary Jane Doe put up little kitty cat emojis. She's so big now. I know. They turned 2 years old, the kittens, on the 14th of September. It's so sweet. Mary Jane Doe has all those emojis of that blue guy drinking pink coffee or whatever they are. They're so funny. I love those emojis. Those are delicious. Mary Jane Doe, you might want to grab a coffee. I might be hosting something here soon. Mary Jane Doe, a bunch of hearts, coffee, and oh, Brenda Chick says she had 4 heart attacks, a stroke, pacemaker, and passing away 2 times 2 years ago. The stuff never ends, but still grateful for life. See, that's incredible, and a real testament, right, to what you've gone through. Fautez, pretty lovely cat. Yai says you should try doing one of those pranks live stream when the owner tries to get a reaction from their pet. Oh. When the owner tries to get a reaction from their pet. Yeah, I could get possibly scratched though. Today I opened a can of cat meat, right? And normally I can stick my finger out, in the can and get the remnants out. Not today, and I didn't even have my thumb in there. I don't even know. It's kind of like just a paper cut, but it stung, so. Okay, what's going on here? What are you doing up there? So, what are you doing? So I have shades, you guys, but I put up this dark blue blanket. I'm referring to the live stream and the owner pretends to pass out to see how the cat reacts. Oh my goodness. I've never seen that, but I don't know if... Oh, what are you doing? Are you doing scratches? Ronnie Belor says, hey baby. Well, hello, Ronnie. What are you doing? Well, now you're coming down. My mom sent me this really pretty angel. Look at all the tag holes. Because I've lived here for 24 years and I've had all those different turtle things up. Remember that in the Dolly Vision days? Look at, they're all over. Tags there. How are you, baby? Ronnie Belor. I'm good. Your last name sounds almost French. Oh, I had a French guy in here too, about someone from France, and he was a man. It's a little while ago. What do you guys think of that? Isn't that pretty? I mean, look at that. The way the water's coming down in the sky, I really like it. It's got a lot of blue in it. So my room used to be all turtley a year ago, and then the next year it was like a lot of pink kind of deal, and now it's more on the blue subdued side. And I've got my God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage. Oh, Hickory, North Carolina, Ronnie. Nice, thank you. Hit the like, you guys. Thanks for being here, everybody. And sub to me if you're willing to. Change things I can in the wisdom to know the difference. And hello to the 19 in the bat caves with the big bats hanging, because that's what happened to Survivor. Okay, my mom sent me this. One of her last, Christmas gifts to me. Oh my gosh. And yeah, we moved into this apartment into these apartments in 2001, but we were in a different one with 2-bedroom for 6 years, and so that would be 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Moved into this one in 2026. Let's see, look at it. Makes a, wait, where is it? Oh. A little bell noise. And I noticed my mom was sending about a year ago, like extra Band-Aids and lotions and things that she had to us. And I figured, she's just cleaning out things, right? And then this one, my mom sent to me, Find Joy. Sorry, my tremors. I have essential tremors. Just in my hands, but still. Find joy in the little things. I love this. I love it, love it, love it. And she sent me these things too. This little cat. She likes to go to antique stores, and these jewels. I can have these things up by her. I can't have her picture yet. These I found at a thrift store. Love is patient, love is kind. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. 1 Corinthians 1, 3, 4, 8. And this is a hope one. Be strong and let your heart take courage, all you who hope in the Lord. Psalms 31, 24. Anyway, that's a little bit of my room. And then I do have footprints up here. You can't really, there, you can kind of see it there. Footprints there. And yeah, my mom's passing was extremely difficult for me. Are you saying hi? Here. Hi. See, she's on my chair because she knows I'm going to be back on the chair. Do you want to sit on my lap? Please don't scratch my legs. There you go. There you go. Yeah, because I hadn't seen her since 2011. And it was due to a lot of things, you guys. A lot of things. Money. She didn't have the money. They were actually traveling, her and her husband, to different states like Illinois and Missouri, and flew to Vermont and all these things to look at places that might want to have a sculpture erected out on their hi, out on their lawns, because her husband made these huge sculptures of all kinds of things, glass, metal, this and that. And there was a college for a year that had his sculpture. I can't remember where. My mom sent me a little pamphlet thing on it. But it's under Stephen or Steve Meck, Maeck. So if anyone types in Steve Meck, they might see some of his art around different places. Anyway, hi. Say hi to the people. Oh, I should have a pillow on my lap. I'm gonna get scratched. Here. Anyway, they would do that, right? And then he would get paid. Come here. Come here. He would get paid money. And, that kind of thing. And then the C disease came. And then, and during the C disease thing, her husband found out he had cancer. And then he had to do all the different treatments. And each one took practically a whole year. First it was chemo, then it was a year of radiation, and then it was a year of surgeries and that kind of thing, and trying to shrink the tumor, and that was all during the COVID. And I'm not one to get on a plane during that, possibly get it myself, because there were people that had masks on, and I don't know if they pulled it down to take a bite of food or what, but you're in a capsule. There's no air from outside, you know what I mean? And we still wear masks. And yesterday, both Shaylin and I, my daughter, she's 21, we had our mask on in my neighbor's car. But then when the windows were all down and blowing, we took it off. But are you meowing? Do you want to go out? Come here. Come up here. They'll get a really good view of you. Are you willing? Come here. So yeah, and then the CPS, right, because what happened was I didn't drink on the train or anything. I had my little 7-year-old daughter with me. I didn't drink. I didn't even have a beer or a glass of wine or anything. And my mom doesn't drink, and her husband didn't drink. So it wasn't offered to me, but still, I could have drank on the train. But I knew if I had a Heineken, right, sitting on the top of the train, the window part or whatever where you can really see well, because we went from, took the train here from Bellingham to Seattle, and then the one from Seattle to all the way across. Montana took all day long to go through Montana. Oh my gosh, that's a huge state. And then when I woke up the next morning after Montana, we were in North Dakota. It was so bizarre. And then it was it was literally a 5-day trip on the train there and back. And I didn't touch alcohol, you guys. And I easily could have had a beer, tried to socialize, or even meet a man, if I had wanted to. I wasn't with Shaylin's father then. He left us when she was 5. So, but I didn't, and I commend myself for that. But then boom, on a Tuesday night, not even planning on getting drunk. I didn't go out or anything. I'm in a profound blackout. And in my 20s, there were times, not often, but once in a blue moon, you remember parts and other parts, and especially if you party all evening and then go to a party or something and keep drinking. But this just hit me like a ton of bricks. Now, granted, I was on my Zoloft and I hadn't eaten that day. I didn't eat that day. But I drank and I was sitting at the skate park where my son used to skateboard and all that, and some of his friends were there, and they were drinking, right? And they were drinking that Mickey's or whatever the heck it is, really strong stuff. And last thing I remember is tipping this big green bottle and drinking, and then I don't remember. I don't remember teetering on the edge of the skateboard bowl, in my sandals, the big deep one. I was told I was teetering. I don't remember Danette showing up, right? My friend Danette, because Lily's mother, Julie, called Danette, said, "You got to go get Megan." And I don't remember her walking up to me. She told me this 4 days later, taking a beer out of my hand, dumping it in front of my face, and walking away. I don't remember that. And then they came back just shortly after that because it was still light, she said. It was light out. It wasn't even nighttime, you guys. So being older, not eating, just imbibing and way too dang much, mixing the beers, yeah. And then apparently after I got home, this is the other thing. This is how incredibly traumatic it was. And I don't remember these things. I was told this 4 days later. Another gal that used to live here saw me out in the middle of the road, out there, in 2011, hitchhiking in the middle of the road. And she ran out in a robe and got me out of the road. And it wasn't nighttime. It was like around 7-ish or something, and so it was not even really dusky out, so it wasn't dark. But a pickup was coming down the hill up here, off of another busy road, and she got me out of the way, and she pushed me. One of my boots came off and was in the ditch. I mean, it was a mess. She got me to come home, and then boom, there it is. There's a cop car. Now, I remember seeing the cop car and ignoring it, and then there's a knock on the door, and it's a female cop, and she didn't say, "We have your daughter." Like, they don't even, she just said, "You have to pick out some clothes for her, and she'll be going with us," or whatever, right? Because they don't want you to freak out and get hysterical. And I do remember thinking in my mind, the jig is up. My drinking days have to end. And you guys, I didn't even drink every Christmas. It wasn't like I was opening bottles of wine here or anything. I was a mother, and I was busy. And on this one Tuesday evening, I think I can handle a little, right? On a school night even. And no. And so it was 3 months of, I don't want to say hell, but of worry, fear, a lot of reflection, a lot of journaling. When my tremors weren't even quite as bad back then, what I would do is read self-help books. A lot of people are against those. I'm not. And the parts that stuck out to me, I was writing in these really pretty journals. I have 8 journals, and I still have them in the other closet. And I did that, and at that time, I think I had just 1 or 2 cats. I can't even remember right now. And my mom was in Iowa. My dad was in Iowa. My sister was in Missouri. I had no family around here. And I had to go to CPS meetings, and I was allowed to see my daughter. Parker had to leave even. They didn't even let my son be around me, and he was 14. So he had to go live with his father in Aberdeen, Washington. I had to say bye to my son. I had to say bye to my daughter. Well, no, I didn't even get a chance to say goodbye to my daughter. So but my son at 5 in the morning when I came to, and I've said this story before, never forget it. They say the demoralization part, you're demoralized by your drinking and all of that and the ramifications of it. He took his skateboard, and I remember him banging it on the wall in front of me at 5 in the morning because I felt like she was kidnapped. I was trying to remember things, and he said, "Now are you fucking happy, Mom?" Like that. Yeah. And I was crying and all this crap. So I'm talking about it too because thanks. I was told I would get them back in a month. A month. If I signed them over to the state, my children, and because I didn't have any priors or anything, I didn't have any prior anything. I did it because I was told if you do that, it won't go to trial. So I trusted the damn state of Washington. And trust me, I've heard horror stories about judges in southern states and stuff just selling people's kids for money. But I didn't have any priors, and my lawyer said it'll be okay, and this and that. I remember signing the papers, and I did it. And it didn't take a month. It took 3 for me. I did every damn P test. You had to have a certain color to even call in the morning, and then you had to, and then if you didn't have that color, and it wasn't like orange or yellow, it was like turquoise and yellow, or it was so weird, or green and aqua one day. It was just so bizarre. And they would come up on I didn't get a letter of it. They came up on my phone. Yeah, they came up on my little flip phone. And if your color was there, you called, and you had like that 1.5 hour period to call. Well, of course, I called right away, and by calling, you find out when you have to come in for P-test. And so this is how people write. They can't be like, well, I'm going to drink or do drugs, right, this night, and I won't have to do a P-test the next day. No, you don't know when. And it's pretty often the first month, and then the second month it's a little less, and the third it was the third month for me, it was like twice a month. Now, they also make you go to AA. You have to have a little piece of paper, and you go, and the chairperson signs it. They date it. They put what meeting, they put where, they put the time. Yeah. And you have to have 8 meetings a week. I had, no, not 8 meetings a week. That doesn't even make sense. 8 meetings a month. That's not very much. Okay, that's at least 1 a week, and then a few more, right? I had 30 and then some. I enjoyed AA. I was alone. Just me and my cats. And, yeah. And then in the middle of all this, my daughter's father was trying to take Shaylin from me. In the middle of all this, he had a lawyer. So I'm sitting in court in front of a judge, a real judge, right? And it wasn't a trial, but it was the guardian ad litem and all this, which basically my daughter has practically her own lawyer in a way. And in the beginning, she was nice to me, and then she was like, I wonder, do you really have a bond with your daughter, and this and that and the other thing? And that was just awful. And I knew not to be mouthy or spouty, or you don't mess around with these people. Okay, you just don't. And I didn't. but I had so many things on the calendar and places we had gone, and even as a little girl and her riding on the back of my bike in a seat, and her going to preschool, and all the little things we did up at the park, and all the little kids activities, and the children's art museum. I can't see anything in chat since I last looked, just to let you guys know. I'm not ignoring you. I can't see. They're little white specks of words. That's why I get in like this. So I had to do that. I had to go to AA. And then they tried to convince me to take a family thing, like a whole family course thing. They say you'll get your kids back sooner. Well, I looked into this, and that's just not true. That can last a whole hour or a year, and then you have to get up in front of these courts and tell your story and all this. And it wasn't a family issue with me, with like lots of kids and the husband doing drugs and all this. It was just my issue. Do you know what I mean? But I remember I kept getting these phone calls, and I was just like, no thank you, no thank you, no thank you. And then on top of everything, on top of all that, I had to go to outpatient treatment. And I enjoyed that. It was all women. I was the oldest, next to another one younger than me. I was 48 then. 8, 9, 6, 5, 2, 3. Yeah. And, or 49. Wait. 49. And all these younger gals that had drug issues. And I've never done that, you guys. I've never used a needle. And never even tried, LSD or anything. But I did smoke too much Mary Jane / pot in my 20s. I wanted to fit in and whatever, and I didn't really like it. And I stopped when I was 24 because I think it was laced with something, and I had to stick my head in the freezer just to breathe. And I haven't touched it since. But anyway, so the outpatient therapy was supposed to be a year, and they closed it out for me at 10 months. They knew I was serious. Then I also I rode my bike to all these places in the rain. I had a winter coat on in the rain so I wouldn't get wet. I had snow pants on in the rain. And it rains a lot. This whole thing started September 21st, and I got her back December 14, I believe it was, or December 13. October, November, December. So that's not even 3 months. It's a little less than 3 months. So anyway, and I got her back. But it was a slow process. I remember on the 3rd month, they let her spend the night with me here. You guys don't know how weird that is. Like, to love your children so much, and these people that don't know you at all, but they're really just kind of doing their job, and they want to make sure the reunification, right, is going to be best for the child. And I get it now, but I was inside, I was hurt and kind of angry, but I kept my mouth shut. I called my lawyer so much, she had to get another person to answer my calls. And my mom said, Megan, you need to stop micromanaging. She said that. And I was like, okay. And also, I was horrified of what she would think of me, right? Because she knew I drank in my 20s and 30s and this. And I can honestly say she didn't have any inner voice on the phone. She just said, she said, you'll get her back. You just do what you have to do. It wasn't, oh my God, how did this happen? I can't believe you. You have children now. Nothing like that. That's how wonderful and understanding and empathetic and compassionate my mom is, and always has been. through my 20s, through my 30s, through my 40s. And I'm sure I cried, and I said, yes, I will, and I did. And when I went to the court that day, I was just elated. Oh, God, the judge was there, lady judge, and I had little thank you cards. One for the judge, one for the guardian ad litem, one for my social worker that implied that maybe I'm a prostitute because I didn't have a job at that time. Yeah. But then she came around and she liked me. She actually sent me, she was a woman that was maybe 10 or 15 years younger than me that time. And she would come over, right, and look at the apartment and all this. And but I remember when I felt like she was implying that, I called her out on it. I did. I said, oh my gosh. I said, that really hurts my feelings. Don't you know, blah, blah, blah. And she said, well, Megan, she said, we have to cover all avenues or possible aspects and this and that. But it wasn't snotty. Like, she was sort of shocked that I, for the first time, was voicing my feelings, and she seemed surprised, actually, that I would, like, bring it up, and she felt like she had to explain. So that was bizarre. And then her father calling in, yeah, I'm the father, and I live in Colorado, and blah, 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 and I would like to have her, da-da-da, and this and that. And so that's when we wrote up a parenting plan. And I put in there, I do not want her riding a bus by herself, because he was like, oh, she could get on a Greyhound bus. Age of 7, okay? I said, I don't want her flying by herself. I don't even want her to go. Now, this is in the very beginning, not knowing I would get her back in 3 months. I heard from nearly everyone in outpatient therapy, and there were a good 20 of us, it takes up to a year to get your children back. Yeah, even a baby. So, yeah, I was just like, but remember they told me it'd be about a month if I signed him over to the state? Okay, no. Everything's 2 weeks. 2 weeks for a phone call to get through. Or, for a change to be made. 2 weeks for an appointment to be made. 2 weeks to get to the appointment. 2 weeks to change something up. Like when I was allowed to see my daughter, because remember my son was with his dad in Aberdeen. I couldn't even talk to him on the phone. Or my daughter. Because she was with a foster care family, a cop family in this town that were wonderful to her. Wonderful. They had been doing this kind of thing for 10 years with different people. And in fact, when I got her back, they quit doing it. It was too much of a trauma to them because she fit into their family so well and went to church with them and went to Lake Tahoe with them. And then when I got her back, they wanted her to go to Lake Tahoe again. And I was petrified, you guys. I was like, am I going to get my karma or my whatever? And is my daughter going to die in a car accident? Or, that was my thinking. I was so afraid to let her go. But I let her go. I let her go. And I found out that the foster mother's son was just got his license, or maybe it was even his permit. And granted, the mother was in the van. He drove a lot of the ways with my daughter in that car, and that bothered me. So when I found that out, I said, I only want you, Michelle, to be driving her back, please. So, you lose your children, you get them back, there's a lot of fears, type deal. But her father had to take parenting classes over in Colorado. He didn't do it. And I'm glad. That's one reason I didn't have to, when I got her back, I didn't have to share her with him. He didn't do his part. Remember, he was younger than me. So at this point, he's 25, 30, he's 32 now, because she was 7. And yeah, so it was intense, and we talked about. I found out that I definitely have OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. Besides wanting everything in its place and being neat and clean and deep cleaning once a month and whatnot, I was riding my bike one day up the steep hill, and it was steep. And I mean, it's the kind of hill where your heart is beating when you get up there. And, hey, kitty. And my mind said, if you stop pedaling before you, this is before I got her back, because I was on my way to my separate, on top of outpatient, I had to have separate therapy classes with the director of that. So it's a lot. Peeing, turning down family court, lawyer appointments, appointments with the guardian ad litem, going to AA, doing outpatient, and having special, excluded therapy, whatever. It's 8 things just to get your child back, which is good. I get it all now, but anyway, I'm on my bike and I'm pedaling, and my mind said, quietly in my head, if you don't pedal without stopping up to the tree, and it was like part way up, you're not going to get your daughter back as soon. It's my mind telling me this. So I remember just, right? And that's just bad thinking. That's just obsessive compulsive. So I'm pedaling, and I make it to the tree, and then I kept going. And I kept going, and I kept going, and I made it to the top. And after that, I always knew I'd be able to make it all the way. But since my stress-induced heart attack in April, I felt more tired in the beginning. But last time, when I went to the store, I was shocked. So I walked my bike. Last time, so my heart must be getting stronger, and it could be fully healed even, because I don't have any blockage. I had just the pumping slowed down to, it's supposed to be 75. It was during my stroke 5 years ago. It was 45. They said the ejection fraction numbers, and during my thing, it was 55. That's right, it was 55 during my stress-induced heart attack, because I wanted to know what it was when I was doing the walking treadmill thing, right? The stress test. And they didn't know, because it wasn't through the cardiologist. It was through the hospital or whatever. I'd still like to be curious. But anyway, about 3 weeks ago or so, I made it, you guys, all the way up the hill. I put it on the easiest gear, of course, before that bike broke. And I did it, and I did it, and I did it. And I made it to the top of the hill. And I'm 63, and I've been through those medical things. So when I'm on here stretching, I mean, just doing this, right now my arm is sore. I don't stretch, I don't bend, I don't exercise, you guys. I just ride my bike to appointments with my son, or to the store, or if it's too far, our neighbor who lives right below us, on the bottom floor, I pay $15 to go anywhere. It can be a 5-minute car ride up the hill to Fred Meyer. I pay $15. And when my trust fund got consolidated, I thought I'd be able to save. I'd be, something. No, mine's gone. My daughter has, she's been really good saving. And my son, I knew he wouldn't be. He wants everything on Amazon, right? I mean, wants, needs, whatever. And I said, you can spend half of it. And he did. But, he's helping out. His medicines, for different things he's going through with the gastroenterologist. We have another one we have to pick up. I picked up 3 for $41 about within the past 6 months, and now this one's 55. And it's like, do you know what I mean? So I don't want people to think when I say I had a trust fund for my grandma that I have all this money. I have no money. Like, I'm not kidding. And I'm not up here grifting. I don't ask for litter anymore for the cats. I was kind of overwhelmed, right, when they were kittens and I've got all these cats. What doesn't kill you does make you stronger. Do you know what I mean? Not that cats kill me, but responsibilities and whatever. But what was nice about having the trust fund consolidated was we could go, to Dairy Queen for birthdays. And we can, this summer, when we took trips to the park, we could get a nice cold frosty, what are they called? With the whipped cream or whatever, frappuccino. It was really nice. And yeah. So let me peek at chat. Didn't know I was going to talk all about the CPS stuff. To think it still gets me choked up today, You try to go back to where I was. Is the window close so he doesn't escape? Flautez says. Oh, with the kitty? Oh, yeah, there's a screen in there, and the kitties aren't even in here, Flautez. I don't know if you're still in here right now. I've been kind of rambling, but Flautez says, I think you never show your entire room before. It looks great. Well, thank you so much. That's nice, because when you use tacks like I did, it makes those little holes. So Brenda Chick said my mom had 2 pictures painted on glass. Was offered $1,000 a price, but she didn't sell. But I don't know what happened to them. I know she didn't sell them. Wow. Hope nobody took them. Do you know what I mean? Like other family members or something. Sierra, I love that. Ronnie is giving me kissy mouths or whatever. Oh, kissy lips. Tulip, I'm a huge fan, says Sierra. She's laying under my chair now. ADHD, did that cat just tell me to kiss its ass? What? Oh, his butt was in my face a little bit. Is that what you were kind of referring to? I should see North Carolina. Well, I've been to Cape Hatteras. Is that in north or south? But I was a real little girl, like 4 years old, with my parents when they were together. Sierra says meow. PCT, do you have any new beauty products you want to share, says Sierra. I ordered some things because I never had the money to do that before. And I don't even really use them. Now the mascara, I don't even really use that. I put a little bit of eyeliner on just the ends so my eyes maybe pop, but not really. But I'll look more closely, Sierra. I'm pretty sure it's completely legal for them to lie, though. Okay, now you're talking about CPS or guardian ad litems. Yeah, I mean, I'm having a lot of trouble pooping right now, says HP Lovecraft. If this is for real, like real, you need to go to a gastroenterologist because there's all kinds of things. There's irritable bowel syndrome, there's inflammatory bowel disease, there's Crohn's disease, there's, it could be if you're bleeding in your stools, you could have cancer. There's tears in the anus that can happen from, they're called fissures, and that's from constipation. Hemorrhoids. There's so much to it. Berry G Loyo. Hey Flautez. Oh, that's so nice. Please hit the like, you guys. I haven't had 50 likes in a while. I'll get 30, I'll get 20 something, but it helps the algorithms and it gets my channel out more. You should be an addiction counselor like for teenagers. Oh, addiction counselor. Me? Yeah, I think I could do it and I think I'd be good at it because I understand the thinking. Cuz remember you guys, I went to Hazelton Treatment Center, a huge place where Melanie Griffiths, that actress that was in Work something, she even went there. Not when I was there, but and then I got kicked out for fraternizing, for getting on the payphone and talking to a man that was from New York because I was from Vermont, and I met him in the lunchroom, just and he said hi in passing, and you can't back then anyway fraternize, and I was found out. I think my sister's BF got them. Brenda Chick. Oh, the glass paintings. Wow. He was that kind of person. I always have trouble pooping, says Sierra. Peggy's here and she was deleted by Mary Jane Doe. Well, she used to like me and put a whole bunch of little petunias and everything in here, and she doesn't anymore. Oh, that's not Peggy. I'm making a video right now, says Flautez. Yeah, you would be great helping teen addicts. Yeah. What is that black tablecloth? I don't have one. I think, are you talking about the dark blue blanket? Because it's thick and it's a dark color, keeps the sun out while I'm doing my lives. Because, for one, I can read chat better, and it keeps the lighting not going so white in here. So yeah, I think what I'll do is I'm gonna end, and hopefully the whole night of the other night won't be discussed anymore. I can't make any promises because it was pretty traumatic for me, and I haven't been supported by people over on my channel anyway, except like Lizzo and Tashi now. For except Lizzo, and then this past year Tashi, but all the other ones that used to come in here for a year, and to be told that, oh, we supported you and we did all this and we supported you from Rose and this and that. Well, guess what? Rose yesterday accepted my friend request, and I was so shocked. I actually said, wow, what a surprise. I didn't expect this. This is great, or something. Love and hugs to you always. And now she and I can talk on Messenger again. Because this is the thing, you guys. We all say nasty things. We've all done it. I don't care if you're in chat or you're a creator or you're just a person on the street. We've all done it. And some of us have had more trauma in our childhood than others, or even in our adulthood. Okay, that's one reason I have these tremors. The neurologist said it's caused by stress. I thought it was the drinking. No, it's stress. But then it's also, my father and my sister have it, so it's EFT, essential familial tremors. But to me, it'll feel like old times when Rose and I used to message all the time. And that shows a form of trust, a willingness of trust towards me, which means so much to me, because I haven't been pushy with her. I tried to see if I could go up on panel 3 times in the past year, but it wasn't the right time and whatnot. And I frankly miss her. And lots of, it's so bizarre. Like, people will just spout out these things. Okay, all I said about Lionel, all I said was I didn't like it on his live recently when he had mentioned quickly, kind of under his breath, but loud enough, that Rose got her part by, spreading her legs in a real movie on a couch. That's what he said. And so I said that, and then Cat in the Hat goes over to his live, I heard it, and says, Lionel, PCT is bad, bashing you. Yeah, bashing you. I mean, people just like really want to run with the negative and blow it up into things. It's just not even that important. Okay? I like Lionel. He's an interesting guy. He likes to do a little sipping and tipping, and I wonder what that dark brown stuff in that glass is. Is it whiskey? Is it whatever? But you know what? He's got a nice life, I think, over there. He's got a nice little apartment. He lives in a pretty area. He's filmed some kind of river or something there in Africa. The weather seems good, and he's doing pretty good on his channel too. Lionel, what is it? Lord Dandy Lionel or something. You guys can put his link in my chat too, along with Sierra's. Again, because he's innovative, and he's definitely different. He's very smart. I know Sierra's having her moments or whatever. We'll just say moments with Lionel right now, and Lionel with Sierra. But he's a very bright man. He knows a lot about religion and different religions, and he's very inquisitive. So he wants to learn. Okay, I don't really want to learn anymore. I don't know if it's an age thing. I just don't really want to. I've read all my books in there when I felt like reading. Now I have the energy to do a live. I'm trying to do one in the morning, but and I set my alarm and I turn that darn thing off, because guess what? I was looking at my email and checking out Messenger from like 11:30 to 1. It was 1 in the morning when I went to bed. And when I turned off my thing at 10, because I would feed the cats and whatever, 10 a.m., and then have a coffee and go live by hopefully 11 this morning, I was beat. But that's because I got up at 7:30 the other morning and had to make sure he had his barium or whatever before his colonoscopy, and it's been stressful. When I go through stress, I'm more tired. Most people are. Anyway, it didn't happen, but I woke up at 11:30. That's pretty late. Knew the cats were hungry, got up, fed them. That whole thing takes a good 45 minutes, because the kittens and the mama will eat around a plate. Sunshine eats now in my daughter's room because she mouths it down and tries to eat their parts. I mean, it's a regular big plate, but she's, and then she's eating so fast, she's throwing up. Not all the time. She's only done it twice. But now, since she's in there, she's eating slower, she's not as whatever, and she isn't even puking anymore. Sunshine, one of the kittens. And today was the 3rd day she was separated from them from eating. And it's not horrible, because she is used to it, because now when I put dry down, just the dry, it's only when there's meat. They'll all nibble around 5, and like I said, then 3rd time before I go to bed. And the mama kitty doesn't eat as much as the other ones. I mean, she's fine. She's been to the vet and everything, but she'll nibble, walk away, and then 5 minutes later want to nibble more. That's the kind of eater she is. So I have one area in the kitchen I give her extra niblets, and the kittens, if they're looking around there. But if the older kitty and Ginger are sleeping or something, it's a lot easier. But yeah, so you can see it's not just putting a bowl of food out and water, like feeding, and I did that for about 6 months, and Panda gained quite a bit of weight, and so did Ginger. Ginger looks pretty good now. You can like see a waist in him, or in his flank area, whereas before it was just, and I weigh them, and they've been to the vet, and I know what they weigh, and I know what they need to weigh. So yeah, so that's happening with that. And I yesterday did this, okay? And I want to give a shout out to Beehive. I don't know who she is, but she stuck up for me, and she was the only one in this female creators chat from 2 nights ago when I was on her panel, and was being asked by people in her chat, do you get paid? And the topic was trolling, and things of this nature. And this is what she said to the program she saw. And it should be a wake-up call. But anyway. So, see, it's on my little flip phone. I'm going to do my best to read it here out loud.
Oh, he's puking.
Okay, now what is that? Oh, that was the hairball issue yesterday. Okay. Or no, that was on Survivor, when they all went to a little bowling alley in Fiji, and played things and drank beer and ate hot dogs, and one guy put 2 hot dogs in a bun at the same time. I looked over at my daughter. I said, have you ever seen that? And she's like, no. And so anyway, one of the guys got sick because they weren't used to all that food in their stomach. That's why it was saying, oh, he's puking. So the program's on in the background while I'm copying Beehive's messages from the comments of the live when I was up on panel with female said creator, who used to be a supporter and friend of mine, but really, frankly, I don't think wants to, because you don't just scream and call someone a pussy. A pussy for not letting them go up on a panel when you don't even have panels. This doesn't have panels. And other things that she said. Because honestly, you guys, I'm going to say it again. She's changed. She's changed. This person who is Beehive, Beehive 384, 1 day ago. Never say never, Eliane. You have gone back on your word publicly on different things. Your promise to Rose to never unblock Lionel and Mission. I have to say I'm also quite shocked you think when PCT sticking up for anyone against bullying, including Rose. I'm tremoring all over the place, trying to on here. That you feel so entitled to get in the middle of Rose and PCT's relationship, you wouldn't allow that in your own personal okay. I have to say I'm also quite shocked you think when PCT sticking up for anyone against bullying, including Rose or that Max guy, as some sort of personal attack on your subs. No one should have come in between their friendships, same as you don't think anyone could ever have a say in your relationship with Maggie or Lunch Lady. As you stated in this live. Why do you feel so entitled to get you and your channel? I mean, it's pretty long. Let me get down to the end. You and your channel. Okay, I had to, so it goes on into the next one. Oh no, it's not, it's right there. I don't know the Max guy enough to comment on that, but you made a lot of things more clear about who you are in this life. Live. Things I don't like. And then it says, and then here's another one by Beehive 384. And I'm reading these in case you guys didn't know about them. Unless you are a person's doctor, no one has the right to tell other people what their health issues are. Are you a professional doctor or therapist or psychiatrist? LENE. Where does anyone have the right to speak on someone else's personal life? Would it bother you, LENE, if someone called you mentally ill over and over? Would you say they have the right to say that about you because you act crazy sometimes? And then there's, I think this is the last one by Beehive. LENE. Respectfully, we've all heard Max Smith's voice on Rose's panel when he called in several times and we heard his voice and hers in a live conversation. You are getting yourself very worked up over some crazy thinking. Max is a real person. What do you mean made up? You think Peggy is also real or made up? Maybe the same person made them up. Someone is writing as them. Lizzo claims she is Peggy. Is Lizzo also playing Max Smith, whoever he is? This is what I mean. You get people cloning and whatnot. Okay, there is one more. And then I'll look at comments, you guys. This is from Beehive 384. I know for a fact Rose is not mad at Lizzo for anything to do with PCT. That is Lizzo's story to get out of her relentless attacks on Rose that have nothing to do with PCT. What lies are told here? Wow. The war between Lizzo and Rose is solely because of Lizzo's attacks on Rose and Rose fighting back in that overly strong way she has. But Rose has made it clear to her friends that she has left YouTube because of Lizzo's threats in email. I had to scroll it up. In emails. LENE, were you part of those mailings with Lulu? We don't want to take that away from her, but it did scare her going real life. I have to scroll up on the thing and then go back over and try to read it. Oh, no, it says, but Rose has made it clear to her friends that she has left YouTube because of Lizzo's threats in email and because of the mailings done by, it says Lulu here. I'm not saying this is true. I'll state it right here. And someone in the States. LENE, were you part of the mailings helping Lulu? Out with those. Lulu is clearly proud of something or other. And then it's just not really here. I'll see if I can just get to the very end. Okay. Lulu is clearly proud of the and then there's more to it. So apparently, let's see if I have it on here, if it's the next one. Of the mailing. So we don't want to take that away from her, but it did scare Rose. Going real life, I didn't know L-E-N-E had such hatred for Rose. Kind of surprising to hear, but there is a lot of false information out there. And that's it. That was the last one. And you know, I appreciated those. Okay, let me look at my chat. Oh Lord, Cat in the Hat is in here. Let's see what kinds of things he or she has to say. Okay, let me go up to where I last was reading. Okay, Jack, Tina and Sierra, Rose done a minute live. She wants you both to answer her question. A minute live? She doesn't do lives anymore, so I don't know if I believe that, Jack. I'm making, a video for my theater class, LOL. Oh, that's cool, Flautez. Okay, Jack, thank you, says Sierra. Jack, Rose wants to know, should she do a panel and talk to you? Her last live stream, Jack says. Well, I can't do panels on here. Oh, wait, she could come up if I do StreamYard. I could do StreamYard like tomorrow. I'll talk to her about it in Messenger, okay? I don't even know if she's really asked these things. I don't know if this is a rapper. I don't know what this is. It's probably a clone of someone else trying to, you know what I just realized? Have me do a live and get porn bombed. Okay, I just realized that. So I'm not really sure. Because I have been porn bombed before. Once on stage. No, I haven't on stage. 2 times in backstage. Francesco, open your legs. Goodness sakes. Yai, that's why your hands shake too much? With question mark. Yeah, it's stress. And it's familial. Answer in the comments, Jack, says Sierra. I think it would be a good chance for you to talk to Rose Tina, says Jack. Francesco, open your legs wide. Oh my gosh. Sierra. And then somebody from a different country has a bunch of peaches. Okay. Well, I like peaches. I know what you're referring to, though, I think, if you are, unless you're just eating some peaches right now, which I doubt. Yes, the Cat in the Hat is always starting trouble, says Mary Jane Doe. I don't hate Lionel at all. Oh, well, that's good, Sierra. Oh my God, Francesco. Spread your legs well. Spread your legs, Francesco. Jiminy Christmas. Okay, Lionel, Mary Jane put in Lionel's link. That's wonderful. Sierra, he clearly hate my black ass though. Waka kaka ka or whatever. What does waka kaka mean? Is that like a African sort of laugh thing? I don't know. Okay, now the Cat in the Hat is being nice to me. And good, Sierra's link is in chat. Well, if I offended you, then I apologize. Well, what offends me, the Cat in the Hat, before I forget, is that you say I'm still drinking, and I'm not. I can go right by beer and wine aisles at the store and not even go, gee, I missed that, even think it. Okay, I will never forget my last drunk. And they say if you do forget your last drunk, woohee or not woohee, yeehaw or whatever, and you want to quit drinking, you're not ready. That's what they say. And I have 13 years, because I didn't pick up my coin by going to AA. That's where you get them. On the 21st, but I have 13 years worth of coins, and since you're in chat, I'm going to show my coins again. They're down in a little thing. And that's hurtful that you would try to take something from someone that means so much to them, not knowing them, not having any facts or proof for what you're saying, and putting out on the internet that you see drinks or you see alcohol in the background. I don't even have anything. I mean, right now I have a little coffee thing. All right, I've never had a problem with anyone, but I get attacked in every chat, says Cat in the Hat. I have always been a genuine person. Good point, Beehive, says Sierra. Barry Giloyo. Hey, sweetie, what's up? I don't harass people at all, says Cat in the Hat. Mary Jane Doe says, to be fair, I don't know how many of the same accounts are floating around. The Cat in the Hat says, I have 2. I'm Martin. It's mental, MJ. Luna 3 Moon is here. Hi, Luna. Hey, Tina in chat. I'm Martin, Lady Luna. Mary Jane. Hi, Luna. Sierra. Hey, Luna. Luna. Sir Martin. How you doing? Martin Jane Doe. Or Martin Jane Doe. Oh, my God. Mary Jane Doe. Lizzo never claimed to be Peggy. That's just a joke. Yeah, I don't think that's true either. And that's why I said this is her opinion. But when she stuck up for me in different parts and said the things I was thinking and feeling too, I really appreciated it. Whoever Beehive, is it 384? Now I can't remember the exact numbers. I'm doing okay, says Martin. Not too bad, thanks, my dear, says Martin. The Cat in the Hat, Martin. Mary Jane Doe. Lizzo has never emailed Rose. I don't know anything about the stuff that was mailed to her. I haven't heard anybody say a thing about it. I don't think so either. And I don't think Lulu did it. I don't think those women would do that. I believe it's one person that networked networked on their channel and had people in those different states, right? One was Tennessee, wasn't one Missouri, and some in Illinois, and then 4 from the same place. And she said she's gotten 14 now. Yeah. Okay, which kitty is meowing outside the door? Which kitty's that? All right. Lizzo, okay. And this sounds like it's from Rose herself. I don't think so, Mary Jane Doe. I mean, I'm not saying, I don't know. The Beehive thing, if it was Rose, she wouldn't have been quite as calm. Do you know what I mean? Rose would have been like, yeah, right, and this and that and the other thing. That kind of New York, because she's from New York, that New York kind of don't freaking mess with me talk, right? Luna's doing good. Well, that's good. I think people perceive things differently. Luna, put your channel link in too. Or someone can do it for her, because I can't and don't even know how, especially on YouTube Live. Okay, she really did a 1-minute live, LOL. Yeah, I went and looked, Mary Jane Doe. She really did? What? I can't see who you're talking to in chat, says Luna. Levi says, send me your number. Lord. The Cat in the Hat. Peggy told me she was a bottle. Wait, Peggy told me she was a bottle? I just repeated it. I apologize. No, Cat in the Hat. That's just not true. Okay, I'm not that dumb. Okay, I might be a little dumb. I might even be still naive when it comes to this internet stuff, but not as much as people think. You even brought up AA. You said, oh, and she doesn't go to AA meetings anymore, and she probably should be, and you brought it up 2 different times. Once in Lionel's chat, and now I can't remember where the other place was. It could have been Lionel's again, or it could have been Lene's, but I don't know if you go over there. She can't say I'm saying her name. I'm spelling it. And I'm only spelling it now because I just read that thing. I think she was talking about it when you had a near beer or something. No, I haven't had a near beer, the little 0.01%, which we're allowed to have when we go out, you know, but I don't even go out. When I bought a little 6-pack of that a year and a half ago, I still have 2 left. They're sitting in my closet, and I was going to chill one up and have it on Sierra's, and that didn't happen because I was just too saddened and upset and brooding about what had happened the night before on that lady's channel. It's also no one's business, says Luna 3 Moon. Yeah, I know. Peggy referenced she had alcohol in the background, so I just repeated it. No, Cat in the Hat, not at all. That is not at all what happened. ADHD says, I'm new here again. Well, you've been new here many times, haven't you, ADHD? And I always love to see you. You're hilarious. You make me laugh. Tulip missed me, says Sierra. Oh my gosh, now she's scratching by the side of the door wanting to see which little sister's meowing. Let me check it out. And the mama kitty is under my bed. She's also a professional actress, though. Who, Rose? Yeah, Rose is. I thought Peggy used to like you, says Cat in the Hat. Yeah, me too. Me too. I think what she's talking about that I have some, Peggy's saying I have some Stockholm syndrome and stay close to the trauma, or I'm connected because of a trauma bond with Rose. That is just like so hilarious. Okay, I'm not Jimmy Hoffa's what was that whole thing about? I'm not Jimmy Hoffa's captors? No, not captors. Assailants or kidnappers or whatever. Pleasure, madam. Must have been a fake Peggy then, says the Cat in the Hat. Okay, so now I'm down to 10%. Donna McCain. Rose was in the movie In the Bedroom, starring Sissy Spacek. Sissy Spacek was in that? Wow. She looks just the same, but older. Well, you guys, my thing just came on. The battery thing, that means 10%. And when I plug it in, because it has to be upright like this. Watch. See? See? It has to be upright like this. Now, I've even gone to settings and tried to make it so I can have this any way I want. It just doesn't work. And if I stick the cord in underneath like this, right? The thing's in the thing. Yeah. Right, and I'm not talking sex, so let's just get that out of the way. For the men that are in the chat, it's probably bending it while it's sitting, in the hole of the iPad. So, and I've done it before, right, a couple of times, and it's not good to bend the thing like that. So, I'm going to end my live. It's really been fun. Oh, but first I'm going to read this. Well, we can't choke. Can't choke? Can't choke. We can't choke on the past? Joke. I'm happy to see you here, Cat in the Hat. I just don't want, I really don't like it when my sobriety's talked about. So I'm going to, I made a copy of the letter that I got from someone overseas, and it is not UK, it is not Australia, and it's not even New Zealand. And we'll leave it at that. I doubt she would want her name out there. And yeah, here it is. But first, really quickly, do you want to go out, you little Betsy? Oh, Sunshine, do you want to come here? Come on, Sunshine. Yeah, I'm ending my life, hon. Just a minute. Come here. Do you want to say hi to YouTube world? Come here. Hi. Come here. Hi. Ooh, Sunshine's heavier. She's heavier than Mama Kitty. Oh, sweetie, she doesn't like being held at all. Ow! Ow, ow, ow. I don't have any blood being drawn, but boy, she got her nail in there. Well, not yet. Probably will start bleeding in a minute. It's okay. Goodness gracious. They all have these different temperaments. So yeah. I mean, sure, people can go to AA, you guys, and lie, right? Oh, I'm sober. But when people really know you and that kind of thing, yeah. Here are my coins. I'm doing this for Cat in the Hat. I'm doing this for other people that want to get and stay sober. I'm doing this because on the 21st, which was, wasn't that yesterday? Was my 14-year sobriety. Yeah. Today's September 22nd. And these I have in this little velvet thing. Look how heavy it is. Are my coins. And I'm going to show them after I fix my crazy hair. Look at my hair. This is a layered bob look. This is the kind of look you want when you're going to a concert. Oh my God. Okay. So this is really old. It got, I don't know what it got, but it's a Serenity Prayer thing I got, and it was down, I don't know if it got wet or what, but it's tarnished. And then I've got, you get these little light ones first, and I know people have seen coins and this kind of thing, but you know, you get these 6 months, 9 months, and that kind of deal. And, you know, it has a Serenity Prayer in the back. Okay, this was just 9 months. See, I still have it. Wait, looks like a 6 on there. No, it doesn't. Is that a, no, see? Yeah, see, it says month on the bottom. So the words are right. So it looks like it says, yeah, that's a 9. More mature than 2 years ago? I don't know really about maturity. I'm the same person. I won't let YouTube change me. I'm not going to let it get to my head, but I wore this shirt. You can barely see it. It's black on black. I'm kind of a big deal because of what happened the other night, and it was just the way I felt today. Okay, so I've got these coins, and then after that you get a 1 year and a this and a that, and so like right here is 2. See, they're in Roman numerals, so that's a 2, and they're heavy. These ones are heavy metal. I can't obviously do them in order. Okay, is this this is 5, I think, because it's a, because it's the line and a V, right? Or is that a 4? Now I can't remember my my Roman numbers very well. Here's my 1-year coin. 1. Okay, here is a 1 and an X, not a 1 and a V. Is that 6? X is 5 and then a 1. I think this is 6 years, I think. Here's a V and 3 lines. See? Stupid tremors. 9. There we go. Here's a 1 and an X. Shoot, now I'm down to 5% battery. Okay. It's a 9 and 1 and an X. Oh, okay. Well, then what's this? Here's an X and a 1. Is that 11? What's 10? I thought a 10 was an X. Person without dolly vision, a more changed person. No, I was the same person, Cat in the Hat, on dolly vision as I am now. Yeah, I think an X is a 10. Yes, so here's 12. X and a 1, 1. It's backwards, going the other way on the screen. Okay, I won't show these again, probably ever. This is 3 years. Trying to keep my hand still. It's really hard to keep my hand still. Okay, so a V is 4. A V is 4 then. There's my 4-year coin. It's got the Serenity Prayer on the other side. And I know I have one of each. Because when I didn't go to AA for a little while during the sicknesses for my mom and everything, and then I went, or no, my sister, and then I went, I got my 2 coins I missed. So I know I have them all. Here's a V and a 1. So that's 5. Thought I already showed the 5. When I got 5 years, I was given by a friend named Ed, who's in his early 80s now. Was in his 70s then. He has like 30-something years of sobriety. He used to be an alcoholic counselor and everything, and he really helped me mentally through all the kind of CPS bull crap I had to go through. He gave me a bullet. I shouldn't get in trouble for showing this. And I said, and I think it's a German bullet or something of that sort, he said. And I said, what is that for? Whatever I said. And he said, it's because you dodged a bullet. That's what he said. Because alcoholism can kill. And then, okay, and now I've got the X and the 3 1s, so that's 13. I wonder where that bullet will go. Well, I keep it with my AA stuff. When I got 10 years, he gave me another one. Here's another one. Right? Honestly, I'd never even held one before, touched one of any kind. I don't have any weapons. Okay, here's my 10-year. Right? If an X is 10, then I got 10. And watch when I drop it. I mean, it's heavy. Hear that? They're nice, they're thick. This says one day at a time on the front. It's just a real light little coin. I had some other ones like this, and I gave them to friends. And on the back it says, oh, the Serenity Prayer. On other coins it says, to own thine self, be true. And I really like that, right there. This is a 24-hour coin. This is the very first thing they give you when you go to AA. And, right? Because it's 24 hours at a time to stay sober. And see on top? To own thine self, be true. And it says recovery on one side, unity on the other, the triangle, and service on the other. And when I went to AA for 5 years down the street here, before OPP, because I'm neat and wiping tables and doing whatever, unbeknownst to me, I was voted on a meeting night, the place, whatever, to be the kitchen, or not the kitchen, not maintenance. What the heck is it called? Now I can't remember what it was called, but it was the biggest job of all of them. Stocking creamers, making sure there's coffee, keeping the place clean, wiping down the fridge once a month, all these things, and I really liked it. I did it for a whole year, and I asked if I could still be the person to do it's called housing maintenance, I think, or something. And they let me, and I liked it. I liked being of service like that. And here's 12 years. The little V and the 1-1. I doubt he asked if Parker still has the drum set, but yes. And he still plays drums, and I don't really show him too much. But I just realized, I'm not trying to switch the subject, but it went from 10 down to 5, and I'm going to end my live any minute. But first I want to read this that was written to me after what I went through the other night on said lady's channel, on panel. Let me turn the volume all the way down though, because we were watching Survivor. I've thought of you recently, then saw you on a live last night, so thought I should just send my love and let you know there are still caring people out here who mean a lot. Thankfully, I'm way out of the toxic loop and don't know what you were even talking about, but I love the idea that we don't have to have a defensive dog in every fight. Sounded like something happened with somebody. And then there's a couple of names, and I'm going to go over that. It sounds like you have understanding and forgiveness for those that hurt you in public. And that makes me happy for you to find that peace. I was proud of you last night. To hear you calmly stand up for not giving into division. Even when it seemed your old chat, she says, ganged up against you. I'm honestly not surprised, which is why I've only waved hi on your lives to show support without even reading who might be lurking to find something to criticize or pots to stir. Okay, and then a couple more names. Okay, trust and follow your intuition. We all make mistakes and grow. You guys hear me okay? I got the cord stuck in there. I'm just going to finish this letter and end my live because I'm going to make some food and stuff like that around here, okay? So, okay, so okay. We are all human, but that's a big part of why I stopped trying to make friends online. I felt such a weird, incomprehensible jockeying of positions. Jockeying of positions. Okay, I gotta move it up a little. Okay, jockeying of, oh. Okay, okay. But then, okay, I believe that people have covert control and dramatic play for relevance, masked as a plausible excuse to go real life. In retaliation, I don't want to say names. You know that picking whichever side is most pressing at the moment is a sure way to lose yourself, values, and respect. I was honestly a bit terrified to hear how LENE had investigated you and your family. What I truly admire about you and why I believe your voice is needed online. Okay, online is needed, haters be damned, is that you seem to truly care about discussing issues from a place of interconnectivity. We need more people who grasp the values of expanding our human capacity to explore complex topics from diverse angles, with heartfelt, unique perspectives, even agreeing to disagree without settling for attacking people, instead addressing in collaboration the merits and factors of their interpretations, inferences, and conclusions. Keep the faith. Please don't get sucked into the BS. That's what makes me so sad. We need to just try to lift each other up. Being hopeful and caring to see the best in people calls us to fine-tune our intuition so we can pick at least some of our battles and not just jump from side to side, internalizing the propaganda, including that sitting on the fence of discernment is bad. Virtual hugs to you and the fam. See what I mean? Yeah. Well, no, meaning their kind, meaning people that get along with people, their kind. Because once in a blue moon 2 years ago, she came up on a few people's panels. No longer. I told her in Messenger, I didn't even ask her. I just said, I love your letter so much, her words, discernment, and she always writes like that in everything. She's so good. I should pull up some other pieces. In fact, I'm going to, because it's that impressive. She could literally be a writer of a book or anything. Like, it just flows. It just comes out of her mind, and it's real, and it's not fake. And yeah. All right, you guys, I'm gonna go. Or let me peek at chat really quick. And it was hard to read because I had to keep moving the camera to get to the part, and then so it was kind of okay. So I'm showing all those coins. Well, we can't choke on the past, and no offense. I agree with LENE more than you. Doesn't mean your opinion isn't entitled, says Cat in the Hat. I'm Martin says, poor helpless me, like I can't escape them and shit. Peggy said that I was trauma bonded to people too, says I'm Martin. Rose was in the movie In the Bedroom starring Sissy Spacek. In the Bedroom. Okay. Cat in the Hat says, Ernie Shell talked about you last week. Well, how do you even know that? Are you in private chats with him? I doubt it's on my live. I've heard, though, that he has felt really, really bad. And I heard that from a very, 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 very reliable source. And he apologized to me through someone else. The cat with the bite. Yeah, she was. Your hair looks good at that length, says Mary Jane Doe. Thank you. Michelle, are you religious at all? I am happy for your sobriety. Yes, I like to say that I'm a Christian. Do I always act like it, talk like it? No, but most Christians don't, period. They believe that, they want to be of service to people and be kind and be patient, loving. And it's hard for Christians. It's hard for all of us because we all sin. I believe Jesus died on the cross for our sins. I do. And I've read the whole Bible before. Nice to see you again, Michelle. Cat in the Hat. I mean, with the Dolly Vision War, Mel Pandora War, Ernie Shell War, Team Rose War. No, I feel like I've learned a lot. It's not a maturity thing for me. I've learned a lot. Let's see. Michelle, I just asked because when I pray and worship the Lord with music and pray, I feel so happy. It just brings joy to my heart. Yeah, I have a whole bunch of, back when we had CDs, or discs, I have a whole bunch of beautiful Christian CDs, and I used to go to Christ the King Church. I did MOPS, Mothers of Preschool Children, for a whole year. I went to other little churches in town with my ex-husband. My son got baptized at a church just up the hill from here when he was a teen. Yeah, in front of about 100 people. I think you learned a lot of lessons from all the wars, says Cat in the Hat. V is 5, 1V is 4, V1 is 6. Yeah, Ernie Shell, yeah, well, he's in critical condition as usual. Well, I saw the vehicle over on Facebook, all crushed in, this sort of white truck van thing, and he was standing by it with like a cane. So I don't know how he can still be in critical condition. And then also, and I feel really bad for him, but when it was brought up on my live that he was in a car accident the night before and this and that, and he's in the hospital, I was really upset about it, really bothered, really scared for him. But then somebody came in my comments and said, not the chat, but after the program ended, no, that's not true. That's a lie. And then I thought, okay, well, I've been had again. But then when I saw that vehicle smashed and he's standing with a cane and he looks, he looks pretty thin, like he was in an accident. I mean, he looks good and he's got some muscles and stuff, but, I think he really was in an accident. Okay, Cat in the Hat. He crashed a Mercedes car in Arkansas while DUI faces court date, September 24th. What? He was drunk? Or what? Or maybe not drunk, just taking something? The Cat in the Hat just retracted her message. Ernie is alive, maybe some minor injuries, says Max. Her device must have died. Yes. Frozen Tina, oh yeah, I thought you were done. Vikram Jassel says, you are very nice. I will pray to God that all your wishes come true. Well, that's very sweet. Thank you. Thanks, Vikram, for being here. Oh my God. No, don't talk like that. Hold on. Taking that out. Remove. Oh, good grief. Oh, it's so weird to see BREWED AWAKENIng when I take someone's, you know what I mean? I am Cat in the Hat, so I cause trouble. Well, okay, where am I now? Now I'm way up here. So the thing faded out. Okay, right here, removing that. Prayers are welcome from anybody and everybody. That I will not tolerate. Let's see. Mary Jane Doe, be kind. Who is that, PCT? What is their kind? Oh, I can't say who that is. I told her I wouldn't. It's female, though. From overseas. That's not from Australia, not from New Zealand, and not from the UK. I never had a problem with Mary Jane Doe. Oh, she doesn't abuse you in chat. Oh my God, she says. But Mary Jane Doe seems like a kind-hearted person, so I forgive her. Well, yeah. She's a good person. The Club of L is dangerous because they make up lies and spread them, says Max. Thank you. I don't want to be mean to anyone, says Mary Jane Doe. MJ, were you mean to the Cat in the Hat? Mary Jane Doe says, maybe, with her emoji with her hands up. I actually thought you were going to say no, of course not, says Martin. Laugh emojis galore. Just a minute.
Mom, you said you're gonna.
I know. Let me end my life. I'm reading the end of my chat and I'm ending my life. My battery's dying and everything. Okay? Let me end it.
What are you gonna make?
Let me end it. I don't know. I have to look. Thank you. There's been trolls on the march. It's hard to know who's who, says Mary Jane Doe. I am the Cat in the Hat, so I cause trouble, with a laugh emoji from Cat in the Hat. When we even get trolls copying trolls, says I'm Martin. War. It's mostly online drama. Cat in the Hat has emojis with the arms up. Cat in the Hat, I know many trolls copying others. Tina blocked my main channel in here. What? Main channel? Oh my gosh, are you not a troll? You're not a troll, the Cat in the Hat. That's who you are. Put in here if I'm right. Max Smith says the car Ernie crashed had Florida license plates, obviously borrowed from someone. Well, he was living with his sister for the longest time, but she's not in Florida, I don't think. So, yeah, maybe he was visiting someone. Or the Cat in the Hat has a sad emoji. Leanie is a kind woman, though, says Cat in the Hat. Well, yeah, but you don't. Leanie has a big heart when it comes to you, Tina. No, I am not. You blocked the Cat in the Hat, my other account. Oh my gosh, it came in again as Cat in the Hat. People are passionate. Well, this is the thing. I've never had anything. Okay, let's get it straight right here. Nothing against Leanie. We talked to Messenger, we were good friends. You know, and how am I supposed to know that she's just reading from her chat and saying, no, I don't want to, I don't go over to Tina's anymore, and if she wants to know why. And I read that, and I stated that. Why, we'll talk in Messenger. And then, and I apologized twice. Maggie thinks I haven't apologized. I apologized twice, Maggie, on her live. And I said I shouldn't have spouted off at the mouth the way I did, saying I don't give a fuck if she doesn't want to come over to my channel. That was rude, that was mean, and I was harboring resentment for about a month since I had heard that. So then I find out it's someone in chat just bringing me up, and she's answering. I think it would have been nicer, but she reads absolutely everyone, if she had ignored it and then come to me in Messenger. I also think it would have been nicer, but whatever. We all make mistakes on YouTube and say things we don't mean to all the time. It would have been nice if she had gone to Messenger and said, hey, if you're wondering why I don't come to your chat anymore, it's this, this, and that, and the other thing. I assumed it was politics. And I assumed it was our differences on the two little girls being killed in Indiana, and Trump, and all the ICE stuff, and immigration stuff, and all of it, Koberger, all of it. That's why I thought she stopped. I had no clue it was because I'm being lumped into, for lack of a better word, with the Rose and Lizzo thing. Okay, I had no idea. Thank God for all these months I have stayed impartial, neutral, whatever. Can you imagine if I wasn't? How it would be for me. I mean, really. So I know all along I've done the right thing. Not everyone's going to like everyone on here. You're going to be loyal to one person, and then stuff's going to happen later on. And I brought this up before, and Maria G has even talked about it to me in her messenger, and she understands where I'm coming from, and I understand where she's coming from. It's no different than the complete utter loyalty that Maria G and I had with each other. And then she became Rose's mod and stayed and was loyal with her. But then when Rose was, whatever with me, and I was back with her, she was still her head mod. And she was still there, being loyal and supportive. And I felt kind of hurt by that. I was like, gee, I'm thinking this. You were my friend first. You stuck up for me over on Dolly Vision against Mel Pandora and all the darn turtles over there that were jealous and whatever and turned against me. So I wrote a messenger, I'm not telling you who to be friends with, and I'm not telling you who to like, but when I'm really, really getting bashed like that, can you do this or that and the other thing? So it's all good, it's all fine now, but what I've learned through this YouTube stuff is things and people are always changing and evolving. Always. Okay? In my eyes, Leanie's changed. She used to be more kind of humble. Sorry, I just said her name again. But she did. She used to be more humble, a little more sweeter to her guests even. I don't know why, but it sounds like not Rainier, the beer chugging guy, whatever. Now I can't remember his name. And he's been up on my panel many times. This is my short-term memory. I can remember things from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, but not, do you know what I mean? Richie guy, Richie Beer Guzzler, but he might have a different name now. He doesn't even go over there anymore, and I'm not really sure why. But I saw him kind of mention it in someone's live. Now, so apparently it's not just me. And the whole thing with Martin, I didn't know anything about that, and I didn't need to know, and I don't want to know. And then I'm so sick and tired of people out there saying that I'm only forgiving and nice to the male haters or the male trolls or the male who people think they're trolls or the male wannabe troll, whatever. No, I treat male and female equally. Okay? And that's another thing Rose and I have in common. I don't do. I don't just block and time out. And just because you have a wrench, I don't want you to do that. The wrench is a sign of appreciation. And so if you need to block someone from you by hitting the 3 dots, you can do that. And, well, you can do that anyway without a wrench, but it's also so you feel protected. You feel protected with that blue dress or that blue wrench. And I don't think it would have been a problem for him to come back at a later time. What did I miss? Oh gosh, where am I? Oh, Richie. Okay. Buttery Maria. Oh, Buttercup. Yeah. Um, Cat in the Hat Halloween party. Well, people are like talking about Halloween and all this stuff in September. I just don't until October, and actually the middle of October. I wish people would just talk it out most of the time, says Mary Jane Doe. I'm Martin says makes sense. Look at all the friendships dismissed, says Cat in the Hat. I love people fighting. I love people fighting. My implications worked. Well, I'm not fighting. I'm just not choosing sides. And in one breath, the creator over there, oh, no, you don't have to pick sides. And in the next breath is, but you're not supporting everyone in my chat. Or you're not supporting the people that used to support. Or no, she doesn't say used to support you. She says it still are supporting you. Okay, no, they don't come over here. I don't know if they're saying wonderful, gracious things about me in other people's chats. And how would I know if I'm not going to other people's chats or panels? See, that's the other thing. Everyone else goes all over. I just started like a week ago going to a chat here and there and peeking at it and even caring. Okay, I heard that you couldn't handle PJ with Dolly. Am I wrong? You are wrong. It's not that I can't handle it. I don't like the snide remarks that I've heard her say on her channel. I don't like them. Okay? I don't like remarks like, let me think. Little man. What is it? A passing out goat child. I don't like hearing him belittled and even slightly, even a teeny bit shamed. Okay? He's worked his ass off for his channel. Like he said on Jimmy Jams when he started out with just green in the background and a phone. Okay? And I don't really like the fact that he calls her producer because she's far from it, if you ask me. He's the producer. She's the one that gets upset when she doesn't get her way. And I don't like it. Okay? And as far as them being together, they can be together if they're happy. Okay? I don't know how happy she is all the time. She doesn't look that happy on her channels now and then. And he gets a little flabbergasted and shocked on his. And I know we all have our moments and all this, but I'm going to say it right here. She acts like she's married to him. You act like that before you are, or if you ever are to him, you will push the man away. Period. And these are just facts. I've seen a lot of videos. I've read a lot of books. Men don't like to be chased. They don't. And I'll say it right here. I didn't chase him. Now, he didn't chase me. I'm not implying that. But as far as who reached out to who first, that's all I'm going to say. Okay? You guys can figure it out. You can think about what you want. And frankly, I know he trusts me because, you know, I may have implied some things now and then by what I've said of my past and how well I know him or I don't know him or whatever. But it is what it is. And they're not married. I frankly don't think it's ever going to happen. Like, I just don't, you guys. He doesn't seem like the marrying type. I mean, think about it. If he hasn't been married by now, is he going to get married at 55 or 60? When he's finally got that extra money and he's traveling, right? And he's, it just seems like he feels really good, right? About where things are with his channel. I mean, he's got 80,000 plus subscribers now, which, don't think he's ever had that. It's usually 30 or 60,000, in the past. And I know when I was on his panel, because I got a lot of people telling me that they liked me up there, and they liked our flirting banter, and they liked my quirkiness, and they liked my naiveness, and they didn't know what was going to come out of my mouth. And you have to remember that was uncensored, and I had never done this stuff before. I was just me. And did I overly flirt? Hell yeah. But it wasn't even flirting. It was like real to me. And I say that because I was friends with him. We're friends. And you guys can take that any way you want. I just don't care. So, but I know, this is what I know, and I've said it before, is if she outright caught him cheating on her, she's not going to leave him. She's not going to leave him, you guys. She's got too much of a good thing. Okay? She better not destroy him or hurt him in any way or threaten him. Okay? So yeah. So that's what I don't like, is someone is revered the right way, revered by the true crime community and many women out there, many women, okay, to be in the background on our lives about him. I don't care if it's 1 second or 5 minutes or 10 minutes or, and then ending the live saying, oh, but try to be kind to someone today. Okay, try to be kind to your boyfriend. That's what I say to her. And I don't care if I get a bunch of flack for this, okay? And it has nothing to do with the fact she said, I'm going to wipe paper cut Tina's face with the sidewalk, up with the sidewalk, okay? And it has nothing to do with the fact that she said I was a drunk on panel. And it has nothing to do with the fact okay. And I don't care if she says, and other turtles said, that when I wore those tops with built-in bras, that I was braless. I mean, this is the flack that I got in the background. And these are things that I saw in text that other people wrote, okay? And when I got all those things, and I said was I on panel? I think I was on panel. I said I was getting extra things and a soap and a lotion and everything. I said, I think I love you, Jimmy, or something like that, or Dolly, or whatever. Well, she was mortified by that, you guys, because she's the one that put these extra things in the box. How am I supposed to know that? I don't know how this stuff works. I'm clear over here. I'm 3,000 miles away. I cannot be a threat anymore. But you know what? I am. You know why I know? Sierra and I are blocked. And when he unblocks, I was told it was 3,000 people, okay? Probably women, you guys, were blocked on his channel. He didn't even know it. 3,000. That should tell you something, okay? He unblocked everything, and or everyone, and I was unblocked. But then, as soon as I'm talking in his other channel, true crime channel thing, and certain people get wind of it, boom, I'm blocked again. So I can't even talk in channel. Would I ever expect to go on panel? Hell no. I'm too much of a threat. I just am, you guys. Facts are facts. This is not tooting my horn and blah, 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 but that's what it is. Because, you know, he liked me. He liked me as a friend. He liked my personality. He thought I lived in some kind of cave, he would joke around. He thought it was funny that I wanted to send him I sent him $100 money order. I mean, I didn't think it was, but for my basket of exfoliating lotions and things, you know, I was kind of funny to him, and he was hilarious to me. And I needed, like Rose back then, just like her, some joy in my life. Okay, my exes aren't funny. Joe kind of was. Shaylin's dad, no, serious all the time, you know. And when people say nice things to me, and feel that I'm easy to look at on panel, all right, then you know, and he didn't say that to me, but that's what I heard through someone else that's very, 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 very close to him. Easy on the eyes, I mean, on the panel. That was really nice, okay? And yeah, I started wearing a little more makeup. But I wasn't trying to lose weight or anything, you guys. I wanted to be 10 pounds thinner, but it was staying up all night, doing the gosh darn soap commercial, and not ever wanting to miss a live. You know, they're 7 hours long sometimes, 5 hours. And I hardly had time to eat before I knew it. You know, I was down from 132 to 122, and then down to 117. And that's what I am today. I'm 117, and I don't want to be lower. But anyway, I'm going to answer that. Try to check on this and see. Well, there's 27 in the caves in Fiji with all the big long bats hanging. And that's what I like to say, because my daughter and I watched Survivor, the past shows. Oh, Lord. Okay, I'm going to go to the end and really end my live. Buttery Maria. It's Buttercup Maria, but Buttery Maria is kind of cute. Max Smith, my Kohberger interview that exposed it as a hoax, deflated the series on Kohberger as a monster. Well, you know, Max, I don't agree that that's a hoax. But I do think the man with the brown leather jacket and the white shirt at the hub, keeping his eye on him, like Major, was involved in some way. Like the call-out person, right? They're headed home now. Okay. Oh my God, what? Okay. Richie, yeah, Richie. Richie got booted from that channel for no reason? What, Max Smith? Good grief. And he's fun and frankly put up with quite a bit up on panel, if you ask me. That's sad. Cat in the Hat. Martin and Lene had a difference and separated. Well, would have been nice if it was just that, but going on and on about somebody is wrong. No, Richie was not obsessed with Lene. He likes to go up on panels. He's asked up to, if he can come up on mine in the past. And when I'm doing one, I'll do one. But he's just a funny, fun guy. He's not obsessed with anybody. Okay. Cat in the Hat. Whoops. I don't normally harass people. Oh, you took that out. But Richie, something about his drinking. I will make him less bitter and aggressive, says the Cat in the Hat. Oh, PJ said I'm in love with Dolly. Yeah, I was. I was falling in love with the guy. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And for some people, it happens quickly, and some people, it's over time. I was watching him for a year, and then I was up there on panel, and then, we were talking now and then, and if you know what I mean. And then, yeah, absolutely. It wasn't like the first time I saw him or anything. He was just different. And say it again, she's like, oh, 50 people are in love with him. Because I said, I really, really like the guy when I didn't know they were together. And I called her 6 times, not months and months, 6 times for help with something like the logistics of the soap commercial, or how do you do this or something. Just 6 times. And I know because it was on Messenger. So I could count how many times. And she said, oh, 50 other women think they're in love with him too. And she kind of chuckled. And then I said, well, I said this. I said, I'd practically move to Virginia so I could get to know him, with my daughter, if my son wasn't living here. I did. I said that, and, and Jimmy knows this too. And she said, go for it. That's what she said. She said, go for it. So I don't know what to tell you guys. She wasn't honest, and it was whatever. It's legal and it works. I tried it before. I mean, I didn't wake up for a, what? Okay, I don't know what you put in here. He has lots of female admirers, says Max Smith. Yeah. Yes, I flew to Virginia, Cat in the Hat. Come on, not again. I'm just curious. Prayash Moore, what are you doing? What? What are you yapping about? Says Prayash Moore, the Cat in the Hat, 3,000. 3,000 miles? Wow. Your age between, what? Cat in the Hat says, PJ did really treat Dolly terribly. Well, it's these snide remarks, and they're a little better now. But, the longer she's with him, the more she feels she has him forever. So she'll walk back on some of her comments and say, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that. I love him, and this kind of stuff, Keep your household problem to yourself. It's not a household problem, Prayash Moore. Rose said something about Mel trying to get you kicked off Dolly's. Yeah, I didn't know that until later. Yeah. And then, are these brown bats, Mary Jane Doe? I'm not sure what your emojis are, because wait, let me get closer. Yeah, I think they are. All right, I'm done looking at chat. Thank you to the 27 in the bat caves in Fiji. Hanging out with the bats. Looks pretty darn scary to me. And, yeah. Oh, good grief. I guess I'll play my outro song that Sierra Queen Pin Clark. Please sub up to her, you guys. Check out her channel at least. Give her some love and some likes. And, she reached her 1,000. And, Luna Moon. And where are things here? Oh. Why won't that work? Oh, there we go. Trying to learn the words to this song. This was written by Sierra Queen Pin Clark. Hide all chat messages. Hit that. And here we go. Okay, I'm ending now, Parker. I'm doing my outro song, okay?
Okay.
All right. a unapologetic paper cut Tina. Why isn't it going? Oh, Lord. I think it takes a few seconds. It shouldn't take this long. Oh, I turned the volume all the way down while I was reading the thing. Here we go.
Hey, paper cut Tina, red crown gleam sharper. Supermom vibes keep the scene in order. Ruby hips move smoother than rich butter. Life's a jungle, she chopping through the utter clutter. Unapologetic steel in her veins. Flaming red hair, igniting the flames. Trap bounce, turn heads, no need for claims. Tina got the world spinning in her lane. Feel good anthem for the heart to break. She bends but don't fold. Risk what's at stake. Deep bass drops, hearts quake, earth shakes. Tina on fire, every move she makes. Hardcore grind, she make the rules bend. Fierce mama bear, no time to pretend. Mic in one hand, babe in the other. Queens don't slumber, she a force undercover. Yeah. Molded chaos, wears it like a crown. Life threw punches, but she never stayed down. Dynamic rhythms, put the drama out of town. Paper cut, Tina royalty profound. Feel good anthem for the unyielding crew. Dance floor breaks under feet like it's new. Rap beats rain, 808s in the brew. Tina's groove conquering, bold and true. Hey, paper cut Tina, red crown gleam sharper. Supermom vibes keep the scene in order. Ruby hips move smoother than rich butter. Life's a jungle, she chopping through the utter clutter. Unapologetic steel in her veins. Flaming red hair, igniting the flames. Trap bounce, turn heads, no need for claims. Tina got the world spinning in her lane. Feel good anthem for the heart to break. She bends but don't fold. Risk what's at stake. Deep bass drops, hearts quake, earth shakes. Tina on fire, every move she makes. Hardcore grind, she make the rules bend. Fierce mama bear, no time to pretend. Mic in one hand, babe in the other. Queens don't slumber, she a force undercover.
Thank you. Please hit the like, please subscribe to me. My new channel is Brewed Awakening. I've only had one sip of coffee this whole time. It's a lot of movement for me for having a stroke 5 years ago and a stress-induced heart attack in April, but I'm okay, but I'm a little winded, so I'm not used to this. And I'm getting older in my heart. And yeah, so you all stay safe and well, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Thanks, everyone, every one of you coming in here. I love it. This is fun. We'll just talk about whatever we want. Okay? Hi there. Thank you.